Dr. Benjamin Kunbuor is back with us, and he has just some 4 minutes to give us his way forward, looking forward, how to de-emphasize the politics. And we have a document that the Constitution, calls all of us and commands us into having a certain economy in the directive principles of state policy, a sound economy. It tells us how there should be gender equity. All of this, we can't seem to even achieve them. And equality, prosperity for the people. Senyor Husi was speaking about that on the Constitution Day lectures at the UPSA yesterday. The equality and prosperity that the country is supposed to deliver to the people. When will we get there? So, Dr. Benjamin Kunbuor, let's take your concluding comments, sir. Yes, please unmute again.
Yes, I said in this country, we opted for a constitutional dispensation with a very, very elaborate constitution. In that constitution, the development objectives and priorities are set up in the directive principles of state policy. But that seems to be the chapter in the constitution that every Ghanaian who takes policy decisions seems to be running away from. Because if we were to look at the social, economic, and all the other objectives that are contained there, that is what builds a national vision. We can then distill our policies, our political party manifestos around these objectives. Then it becomes a shared text in which national ownership can be part of it. But it's like, let the directive principles be there. We will all come and we will promise heaven. We will promise things that the Constitution itself anticipates are not feasible within the Ghanaian context. Particularly if you take a profession where they tell you that the most secure democracy is economic democracy. Right. What sense do we make of that particular provision in our Constitution? And that is why I think that we seem to be behaving like somebody who is trying to trap birds in the typical village environment. He catches one bird and goes to put it in the cage and leaves the cage open and go chasing after other birds that are not in the cage. By the time he gets back, the birds in the cage have also left. And the person is involved in an exercise in futility. Let's get a think tank and distill and put into practical form what exactly the objectives in our directive principles for state policies. Secondly, and in a very brief form, let's not celebrate this concept that winner takes all in a democratic dispensation. There is no taking in a democratic system. There is service. But if we keep saying we are operating the winner take all what exactly are you there to take? You've been elected to serve the people of this country and not to be involved in takings and non-takings. And so when the fight between political parties is about who is taking more than the others, you hear the criticisms on one side, and it is like, if we allow this taking to continue, by the time we come, it's finished. Now, when you start debating and engaging national issues from this purely parochial perspective, you are going to have a problem. And lastly, and for God's sake, let us all as a country begin to think of intergenerational equity. That what we have come to meet, we should anticipate that another generation should benefit from it, from even an improved context. Okay. But what we are doing now is just dissipating even what nature has given us, dissipating what our forebears have put in place in terms of basic social infrastructure, and even now dissipating ourselves in the political arena. And I think these are the hard issues that we need to look at. And I would be very sad to hear anybody again, and a politician in particular, go and say that I brought this development, I'm bringing this, I did this. No, you do not bring development. I want to emphasize that. And the citizenry must tell the politicians, we the politicians, I include myself, that I am not asking you to bring me your concept of development. I'm asking you to use our taxes to build the enabling environment, and we will develop ourselves.
Okay.
I think that is significant.
Thank you very, very much.